morning, welcome back to BTHQ Banter week 18. It is one of those days today, I can tell. I've turned up to work, I've forgotten my Hayfever medication, I've forgotten the SD cards for the camera, so this is all going to be done on my phone today. We've got a busy day, we've got free machine embroidery and the ladies are already in and making themselves tea and coffee. We're having a natter round the kettle. Janet here's beavering away. She's done a gorgeous flower, but you can't see it because she's got a hand over it. Look at that. Isn't it lovely?
Yeah, she always does.
There's always one, isn't there? Oh, you're doing all right. Alison's doing some leaves and flowers. We've got past the doodling point now, and we're now using, these were our doodles originally, and now we're actually using the friction pens to draw on our design, what Sally's been up to. So she's drawing a little daisy dandelion clock thing. So she's done some flowers, so quite detailed. Craft club's up and running. We've already lost Irene, she was here, but you failed us today, ladies. It's Friday, and what have we got? No biscuits. The one day that I forget to bring my lunch and no one's got any biscuits. It's typical. What are we all working on? What have you got there, Diane?
It'll probably be a shawl.
Little shawl. Oh, that's another one of the little ones with the little holes on the edge. Yeah. That's nice, that. Carol's doing a dog blanket. And Viv's knitting up some socks.
Summer socks, cotton socks.
Cotton socks. If you want to see what Viv has been knitting, then check out her podcast. I will link it down below.
It'll be up next week, a new one.
A new one, woo. Good morning, welcome back to BTHQ Banter. It is Monday. I remember the camera today, but Friday I didn't even finish the vlog. Honestly, by the time my ladies left for the free machine embroidery class, I felt awful. Never mind the hay fever, it was like full-on flu. I had the shakes, I had a temperature, everything, every bone in my body ached. I went straight home and got into bed and promptly cancelled all my classes for the weekend, which is something those of you who know me will know I never ever do. I've got to be on my deathbed or, you know, completely unable to get to work for me to cancel classes, because it can be a real pain in the bottom to reschedule everybody because we're so booked so far in advance. But anyway, a weekend spent on the sofa. I did lots of knitting. I made sure I took lots of time for myself. Mr. Mac looked after me, and I am, believe it or not, feeling much better. I don't look it because the hay fever this morning, honestly, I look like someone's been testing makeup on me. You know those old PETA adverts with the rabbit with the red eyes? Yeah, that's me. I have taken every single pill that I can possibly take this morning that won't make me fall asleep at my desk. But my eyes are just streaming, and my nose is still really sore, but onwards and upwards, I can't let it stop me. So today is admin day. I've got the lovely Tim coming in a minute for a quick workout, and then once he's done with me, I'm going to be getting some sewing done because I need to get the next project for our So Beautiful Things sewing club all created and filmed ready for my lovely members on the 1st of June. So I can't show you any of that, but obviously Mum will be in as well, pottering around and turning what has turned into a really messy studio. It's really untidy. The bins are overflowing and there's loads of work needs doing, so we're going to make it all beautiful again. So we have a guest today in the studio. It's been a long while coming, but the lovely Jane from Janome is here, and she's here today to talk to me about being able to sell some of my customers' machines, which is great news. There'll be more on that soon, but she's teaching me some amazing tricks that these machines do that I didn't even know they did. So I will be coming back with a little video really soon. Well, that was certainly an eventful meeting. I'm going to show you that much of what I've been sewing today. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really excited. I've got a couple more prototypes to do before I finalised things, but really pleased with it. But no, meeting with Jane, mind totally blown. She told me things on my sewing machine and also my overlocker that I never knew I could do, including that I have a speed easy thread clicker button thing on my overlocker that I never knew I had, and I've had the same overlocker for 6 years. So mind totally blown. So you will doubtless have lots more top tips and tutorials coming your way really soon. It's now 2:30, so I need to go off and pick the kids up back tomorrow. You can join me again then, so I'll see you later. Bye. Good morning, it is Tuesday. I'm back at the studio. Today we have our crochet clinic this morning, which is basically a chance for people to come in who are stuck on a pattern or want a bit of help and advice on something in particular. And it's a really good one. You can just pick my brains basically for 3 hours and crack on and get yourself over any hurdles that you might have. So I know I've got Irene coming in. She's coming to make a pair of slippers, a little pattern that she's found. And Avril's coming in as well, but I don't know what she's going to bring me, so we shall see. You look glamorous, sorry, don't worry about it.
I should have knitted a balaclava.
I try and run before I can walk.
Well, that's all right.
But you do learn that way.
You do. Not always the best, but you do. It is though. It is the most. I think the hardest part of any pattern is putting yourself in the shoes of the person who crocheted it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because if you can work out how they crochet, you can then work out what they mean by the terms that they've written. And it is trial and error. Not everybody uses the same terminology. Some people, when they say neck stitch, they mean right down there. Some people mean further along. Standing half double treble, eh?
Yeah.
That sounds
I
painful.
just do.
This looks like a slither of a giant gherkin or something.
Yeah.
It's the colour that I've chosen. A big tongue, look.
I had a car that colour once.
I'm very healthy, I'm pink.
You have a pink tongue. So the ladies have gone home now. I've got an hour until I have to pick the kids up, so I'm going to set up for tomorrow's course because we've got part 2 of our 3-week beginners sewing, and also potentially do a tiny bit more of my secret squirrel project before I have to pack it all away. I might see you later, otherwise I might see you tomorrow. Good morning, welcome back to BTHQ Banter. Today is Wednesday and it is the 1st of May, which means it is also the first day of Me Made May, and I am wearing Me Made. This isn't going to continue throughout May, I can tell you that now. I simply don't have enough clothes to do Me Made May every single day, but I will be championing handmade. I'm really struggling with that word today. If you've seen, I did an Instagram stories today and I tried to say championing about 10 times before I finally got it right. Everyone's got those words, right? What's yours? Tell me down below in the comments. What you just can't say? I can't talk at all today. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, by the by, I'm waffling. Today is part 2 of our 3-week beginners sewing class. So the ladies will get to finish the boxes that I stopped them from finishing last week. They're also going to cut out and start to sew their tote bags. And then one of the ladies is staying on afterwards. She's got a get to know your sewing machine session with me so she can get to know her sewing machine. And then that's it for today. I've got a free afternoon and I'm going to carry on with my secret squirrel project. It's taking me a long while. Although it is a simple make, the dimensions are tricky because it, again, as I mentioned before, I like to develop and design all of my own patterns. So although we're making something that you can buy on the high street, the sizings and everything else and all the pattern pieces and the instructions and construction I've worked out for myself. So the construction is simple, but from my end there's quite a lot of designing that needs doing. And that means that I simply have to make the project probably about, I think, 3 times before I'm ready to film it. I've made one. I want to make some tweaks and make it again, and then I want to make some sizing tweaks and see if I can make it bigger. And then, and only then, will I film, and it's got to be ready by the 1st of June, which I know is a whole month away, but when I don't really get that often an opportunity to sew, it's a tricky one to squeeze in, but I'll see how I get on.
What we take for
planting.
Busy cutting out, ladies?
Yeah, we're on our last 2 now.
Looks like licorice all sorts. Isn't it? So we're all busy cutting out our bags.
Remember, have I got to fold it again? I've done the 2 bits together.
Yep, now fold it together.
Again, like
yep,
that.
so your 2 folded edges are touching each
And
other
that's the
neatly.
final bit,
That's
is
the
it?
final bit. Give it a
Right.
good blast of steam.
Right, okay.
Lovely. And we've got linings being cut out over here, handles on the middle, and outers in Unit 2. So it's all about teamwork today. It's like queuing for a train at King's Cross, isn't it? Final finish. Have you done it? Yay! So you can turn that top edge over now by about an inch. Just gives it a nice little neat finish. Super duper. That's alright. So we finished our boxes. You all made a thing. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Pleased with it? Good,
Yeah.
good, good. Right.
Sorry? I didn't think I would have done.
Didn't think you could do it, and you have. There you go. Right, so we're going to make a bag now. So that's me done for the day. I have just spent the afternoon making another frilly sleeved Agnes vest top hack, and I've recorded each of the steps, so there will be a sew along coming really soon. I'm just debating whether to use my camera bits or actually to sit down and record them in a bit of a better environment with a slightly better looking face, but I can't decide, so we'll see. I'm going to leave the studio in a mess. I actually can't be bothered to tidy it up today, and thankfully I don't have to, because the next class in here is on Friday morning, and we will be next door doing knitting, and it's all lovely and tidy, so I can just crack back on with my sewing on Friday afternoon, and I will tidy up then. So thank you all for watching BTHQ Banter for another week. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, if you've got any comments or questions or anything else, please do pop them down below, and I do try and reply to all my messages. I will see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye! So I don't think I signed out at all yesterday, Wednesday afternoon, because that would have been the end of BTHQ Banter. It is now Thursday evening, and I am just sitting down to edit everything together. So I thought I would throw in a little bit of fun for you right at the end. So today was my day off, but the lovely Izzy had a day off school today because it was polling day here in the UK, which means we all go out and we vote for our local councillors. Hang on a minute, Facebook's pinging. But that also means that quite often our schools are used as polling stations, so places that we can go and we can cast our vote, and Izzy's school was one of those today. So I had her home with me on my day off. So I decided we would do something useful. One of my ladies, the lovely Debbie, had invited me to her home to pick up a huge amount of fabric that she was clearing out, and so not one to turn down free fabric, off I went. However, Debbie has 15 snakes, and I am really not a fan of snakes. To say I was scared of them would be wrong, but for whatever reason I don't really fancy holding one. But I went. I took Izzy, I put on my big girl pants, and Debbie introduced us very slowly and gently to her lovely 15 snakes, and they are lovely. And I have to say, I was incredibly proud. I held a huge python called Sid. I'll pop some pictures up here so you can see them. Just a bit of evidence for you that I am actually holding a snake. And I also held a lovely little snake whose name, if I am right in thinking, was Cadbury, because he looks a bit like a Cadbury's cream egg. He's all brown and yellow, and actually he was really nice. I got quite acquainted with him. I enjoyed quite a bit of quality time having a nice little snuggle. Look at the camera. Okay. Conquering fears.
Isn't it pretty? Look at his markings and the colour.
Mummy loves
A snake snuggle? What do you call it? I don't know. Anyway, I was brave today. I really enjoyed it. So I conquered a fear, if you can call it that, and I've acquired some beautiful, beautiful fabric, which I will be going through tomorrow when I get back to work. So I'll show you some of that in next week's BTHQ Banter. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this week. We'll see you again next week, same time, 7 o'clock on Friday. Thank you very much for watching.